Yeah! Welcome back to the Southern Snack, where life is too short to be serious. All right, folks, we got some big thing going on at Biggby Coffee. They're a pretty good sized chain, prevalently up in the Ohio area. They've kind of started to expand down south a little bit and a few other places. Never knew they existed, but they're here in Harrisonburg and they are bussing. This little area here in Harrisonburg off to the side on Port Republic, things are starting to grow. You know, Moe's came back after closing. You got Bojangles and Wendy's. There's a new Taco Bell. And sure, these are all chains, but it's nice to see, you know, land that's not been used, but for some apartments and a few things kind of grow out. So we're seeing some things. Maybe we'll get a Trader Joe's here soon enough. But I haven't lived in Harrisonburg for a while. I just care about this place and the expansion and the growth of it. And it would be nice to see some more new things. But they're building another 7-Eleven. So we're seeing some repetitiveness. But it's nice to see a coffee place I've never been to. And we have one in Virginia Beach. So now I know I've got more options in terms of coffee as well. But it's Biggby, Biggby, and their fall menu's loaded, and I'm going to get this video up as soon as possible because they're getting rid of it right when I try it. So all the coffee places jumping into winter, November, early November, all of them. It's crazy. It drives me nuts. You know, I'm not truly in the Christmas spirit until we get to Thanksgiving. I'm still thinking about pumpkin, but y'all, mainstream society want to push peppermint, eggnog, Christmas, November 1st. So that's why we got to get all the pumpkin spice stuff done, because the fear, the FOMO, that it's going to be gone. So 4 items. A caramel apple cider, which I thought I ordered iced, but I mistakenly ordered hot. You got a jack-o'-lantern cold brew, which is pumpkin, vanilla, there might be caramel in there, I can't remember. Got regular pumpkin spice, and then the really cool item is the candy corn cream freeze thing. It's like a milkshake with some coffee and candy corn syrup. So we're gonna go ahead and pose for this thumbnail. And yes, that's the best you're gonna get, because it's 4 freaking items, folks. 4 items. I'm gonna be bouncing off the walls, even though coffee doesn't energize me. So, you know, but here's a look. There's the candy corn. There's the logo. We love the people behind our coffee even more. And I mean, apparently they have good coffee because they've got a lot of people in the drive-thru line, which is not something you see at every coffee shop, right? You'll see it at Dunkin' and Starbucks in the early mornings for sure. But other than that, I mean, not every coffee shop be bussin'. So let's go ahead. Woo! That is clear. That is clear as day candy corn. And I don't really truly know what candy corn is. To me, it's if you take high corn fructose syrup and you just jam that thing into a sugary treat, and you don't add any other flavor. You don't artificially flavor it with anything else but high corn fructose syrup. That's what it is to me. And a lot of people don't like candy corn. Good for you. They did perfect. You know, it doesn't even, the first Voodoo Mountain Dew, until you know that it's candy corn, you don't really know it's candy corn. But it's so good. It was one of the best. There's 5 Voodoos so far. It's such a good soda. I think the big thing that people knock candy corn over is the texture. It's this chalky candy. The taste is not that bad for candy corn. This nails candy corn. Is it going to be something I would say is my go-to? No, I definitely prefer it when it was carbonated in a soda form from Mountain Dew. But I think it's good. Now, I didn't like... Now you got pieces of candy corn in there. That's not really necessary. It's such a perplexing drink. And it's refreshing for whatever reason. for it to be. I'm gonna give it an 8. I really think it's solid. I think it works. It works like a charm, and there's just no complaints for it. No complaints. It's not, candy corn's never gonna be that go-to item, but I think they did so well on that, and the flavor's just so good, and the creaminess is what makes it different. So we're moving on to pumpkin spice. I love to try everyone's pumpkin spice, so let's try it out. And that's really good. You know, when you see a long line of people at a coffee place, it's a good sign that their coffee's going to be good. That's going to be really solid. And that's what we got here. It's a nice roast, not too bitter, but very present. Then the pumpkin flavor isn't this like overly artificial like type of pumpkin puree, pumpkin syrup. You get the spices, you get the pumpkin-y flavor of it, and it does really truly rival that of a Starbucks pumpkin spice with all that comes together, the pretty aesthetic. You can't see it, but that's fine. It hits. And it's absolutely delicious. Yeah. I'm trying to think, could they improve it any? I'm going to say no. I was thinking, maybe more pumpkin, but no. It really rivals Starbucks. Now, the prices here, kind of the same as Starbucks. So you got to kind of think about it. If you're going out of your way, I don't know. We got to see if those other two flavors. I mean, candy corn, that's a very interesting item that I would say is worth going out of your way for. Other one is a 10. Easy. Very, very reminiscent of Starbucks. So far, this is one of the only places that's really stood toe-to-toe with Starbucks on pumpkin spice. I mean, man, I'm shocked. All right, so the Jack-o'-lantern Cold Brew, that's the one I'm very interested in. Oh, I just realized. So no caramel, it's marshmallow, it's vanilla, it's pumpkin spice, it's cold foam. So I'm very intrigued about this one. You know, it's kind of like if you take a pumpkin pie and you turn it into a sweet potato casserole type of dish is what I'm thinking here. So let's go ahead, get a taste, get a feel for it, let you know what this Jack-o'-lantern Cold Brew is all about. That cold foam is thick. It's almost like a nuttiness to it. It's not as good as the pumpkin spice. Not quite as good. And yeah, you got the marshmallow that's ever so present. Vanilla, I was thinking it'd be a little bit sweeter. You know, it's kind of kicked back, but it's not heavy on the coffee flavor either. Yeah, I don't know. The marshmallow kind of gives me like a soapy vibe, but you know, we don't want soapy. It's just an okay beverage. Of course, I like the fluffiness of the foam. Makes an interesting texture. And there are very enjoyable moments to this one. But I don't particularly love it. It's like you take that pumpkin spice drink that I just had, make it weaker, then throw in a little bit of marshmallow and some fluff. I'd give it a 6. I digress. It's a 6. All right. Now we're going to finish this review off with a mistake. I meant to get the iced, and I guess I've ordered it wrong or the app screwed me over. But anyways, I meant to get iced caramel apple cider, we instead got hot. But, you know, apple cider is supposed to be hot. So, like, what's the big deal here, right? We're going to roll with it, and we're going to try it. So let's go ahead and get a sip or two. Ooh, smells good. Ooh, dazzle, razzle, dazzle. Sweet. Last time I had caramel apple cider, we were at Dunkin'. And let me tell you, I went on a power trip. It was the power to me, the power to you, the power to Dunkin', power to them for testing that out. But now it kind of makes me mad at Dunkin' because after they tested it, they never entertained putting it on the menu. And it's one of the biggest disgraces that I've seen in terms of a test item, never making it big. It should have gone big. And this right here serves as a reminder. If you have a Biggby, go get the caramel apple cider. It's got that apple sweetness, the apple tang, the caramel sweetness. It is a revival of flavor. Best item. The pumpkin spice coffee was really good, but this was the best. Oh, I'm gonna drink that whole thing. I hate to break it to you. I'm gonna drink it all. Delicious. No question. You have to get it. You have to. If you don't, slap yourself. Question yourself. Tell yourself you're a fool. Because this is the truth. There's no question. No questions in my book. There should be no questions in yours. So yeah, go try Biggby Coffee out if you've got it. If you're in Harrisonburg, go Dukes. Roll Dukes. And other than that, I'll see y'all around.